Look, Indy, something big is brewing under the dome, and the Circle City is about to get a whole lot louder this season. The front office is moving in silence, but the echoes of these massive defensive upgrades are starting to vibrate through every corner of Lucas Oil Stadium. We are talking about a total transformation of the unit that matters most if we want to reclaim the AFC South crown. Stick around because you need to subscribe right now to keep up with these moves. Let's get into it. Anthony Hill Jr. is officially the name on everyone's lips in Indianapolis right now, because this kid is projected to be the absolute anchor of our new-look defense, according to the latest 7-round mock draft. After the dust settled from free agency, the scouts went back to the lab and decided that this standout defender is exactly what the doctor ordered to bring some real nastiness back to the linebacker room. This isn't just a flyer pick, y'all. This is a calculated strike to reinforce a unit that needs to be elite if we're going to keep pace with the high-powered offenses in our division. This prospect brings that hybrid speed and power that makes offensive coordinators wake up in a cold sweat in the middle of the night. Seeing him projected as one of the 5 defensive selections in this draft cycle shows you exactly where the organization's head is at right now. They aren't playing around with the mid-level stuff anymore. They want game changers who can fly sideline to sideline and lower the boom on anybody wearing the wrong jersey. Every single snap he took in college screams NFL ready, and our coaching staff is already licking their chops at the possibility of molding this raw talent into a perennial Pro Bowler who defines our culture for years. This kid has that it factor that you just can't coach, and placing him in our system could be the spark that ignites the whole sideline. Imagine the energy at Lucas Oil when this guy starts flying around and making plays in the backfield. The front office is clearly prioritizing that defensive grit, and this linebacker is the centerpiece of that philosophy in the early rounds of the simulation. It's the kind of move that changes the trajectory of a season before it even starts. And inside the building, the excitement about his potential fit is through the roof. But what the Colts are planning to do next in the veteran market is where things get really interesting for the trenches. Love the direction the defense is headed. Smash that like button right now and drop a comment below letting me know if you think we should go all in on the draft or the veterans. DJ Reader has been identified as the absolute perfect fit for the Indianapolis Colts as we hunt for veteran dominance in the free agency market. This isn't just a random name being thrown around, folks, because the connection here is deep and it makes way too much sense for both sides. We are talking about a potential reunion with our defensive coordinator, Lou Anarumo, and that kind of chemistry is exactly what turns a good defense into a championship-caliber wall. This veteran defensive lineman is a mountain of a man who eats double teams for breakfast and keeps linebackers clean so they can make plays. Adding a force like this to the middle of our line would immediately solve so many problems we've had with stopping the run and pushing the pocket from the interior. He's the kind of gritty, lunch-pail player that the blue-collar fans in Indy absolutely adore. Now think about this. Having a veteran presence who already knows the schemes and the expectations of the coaching staff is like having a coach on the field. It speeds up the learning curve for the young guys and provides a level of stability that you just can't find in the draft alone. The league is buzzing about this potential move because everyone knows that if we land this target, the AFC South is going to have a nightmare trying to run the ball against us. It's the kind of savvy veteran move that smart teams make to bridge the gap between being a contender and being a champion. The fit is seamless, the need is obvious, and the timing is perfect. This is the kind of move casual fans don't understand, but it wins championships in the trenches. We need that veteran voice to guide the young bucks and ensure that nobody is slacking when the game is on the line in the fourth quarter of a rivalry matchup. And inside the building, this raised serious excitement about the physical presence we could establish on the line of scrimmage. If this deal goes through, it completely changes our defensive front and makes us one of the most imposing units in the entire AFC. But what comes next in the secondary is where the real shockwaves start. Do you think this veteran is the missing piece for our Super Bowl run? Tell me in the comments right now, and don't forget to like the video if you're a true fan. Chris Ballard is clearly drawing a line in the sand with this new mock draft strategy that puts the entire league on notice about our defensive priorities. Our general manager is leaning heavily into the philosophy that games are won with a dominant secondary and a relentless pass rush, and that is exactly what this 7-round projection delivers for us. After navigating the initial waves of free agency, the big man in the front office is looking to stack talent on top of talent to ensure there are no weak links in our armor. This strategy involves identifying specific traits that fit our culture: speed, length, and an aggressive mindset that won't back down from any challenge. By focusing on the secondary, the front office is addressing the modern NFL's biggest hurdle: stopping the elite passing attacks that have dominated the headlines. But it's not just about the defensive backs. The emphasis on the pass rush shows that the plan is to make life miserable for every quarterback who steps foot in Indy. This is how dynasties are built in the NFL, by being surgical in the draft and relentless in the pursuit of defensive excellence. The fan base has been waiting for this kind of aggressive focus, and seeing the draft board lean so heavily toward the defensive side of the ball is a breath of fresh air for everyone who remembers the legendary units of our past. The blueprint is being laid out right before our eyes, and it's a masterclass in roster construction. Every pick in this simulation serves a purpose, filling a gap and adding a layer of depth that will be crucial during the long grind of the regular season. The commitment to building through the draft while being aggressive in specific areas is the hallmark of a team that knows exactly where it is going. There is no room for error when you are building a contender in this league, and our leader in the front office knows that better than anyone else in the business right now. It is all about the details and the long-term sustainability of this roster. When you take a step back and look at the total picture of what's happening in Indianapolis right now, it's clear that we are witnessing a fundamental shift in how this team wants to win football games. For years, the focus might have drifted, but the combination of these draft projections and veteran rumors shows a front office that is tired of being pushed around. By targeting a high-upside prospect like the linebacker from the mock draft, they are looking for that future star who can lead the huddle for the next decade. Then, when you layer in the possibility of a veteran like the defensive tackle we discussed, you see a team that wants to win now. This isn't a slow rebuild. This is a strategic reloading. The reunion with a coordinator who knows exactly how to utilize that veteran strengths is a chess move that most teams wouldn't even see coming. It's about creating a culture of accountability and dominance on the defensive side of the ball. We've seen what happens when our offense is humming, but the defense can't get off the field. This plan flips that script. By prioritizing the secondary and the pass rush, the front office is acknowledging that in today's NFL, you either hunt or you get hunted. They are choosing to be the hunters. The synergy between the draft strategy and the free agency targets suggests a level of internal alignment that should make every fan in the Circle City very excited. We aren't just looking for bodies. We are looking for specific pieces of a very complex puzzle. And from where I'm sitting, that puzzle is finally starting to look like a championship picture. At the end of the day, Indy, this isn't just about a few names on a piece of paper or some rumors floating around the facility. This is about the identity of the Indianapolis Colts moving forward. We are building a unit that is going to be feared, a unit that is going to dictate the pace of the game and make life a living hell for anyone who thinks they can come into our house and push us around. The focus on defensive grit, veteran leadership, and young, explosive talent is the perfect recipe for a deep playoff run. This is not just another draft prospect or a random free agent signing. This could be the next cornerstone of the defense for the next decade. If you are as hyped as I am about this new direction and you trust the process of building a dominant force, you need to be part of this community. Make sure you've subscribed, hit that notification bell, and stay tuned because things are just starting to heat up. This season is going to be a wild ride, and you won't want to miss a single second of the action as this roster takes its final shape. Let's go!